Come on, go live. I'm live. Oh man, can somebody, anybody, remind Democrats that black people are no longer slaves? Someone's got to remind them, because apparently they still think black people are slaves and they have a monopoly on how we think, who we can support, where we can go, how much money we can make, how many taxes we have to pay. Apparently they think that, because that's all I'm seeing from the left right now. That's all I'm seeing is Kanye West this, Kanye's off his meds, Kanye needs to go back here. How dare Kanye do this? If you support Kanye West, you can unfollow me. I should just stay the hell off Twitter for the rest of the night, because the more I look on Twitter, the more I get pissed off. The more I get pissed off. And I knew this was coming. I knew this. I shouldn't even be surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm just surprised that they're not over it yet. Right? He put that MAGA hat on months ago. This was back in early April or May that he first put on that MAGA hat. And now they're talking about, Kanye's having a meltdown. This is insane. Liberal tears. Sorry, leftist tears. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's leftist tears. They can't handle it. Oh, yeah. What's up, Tony? Tony, so I made you a chat moderator since you watch my live streams pretty regularly. What that means, Tony, is you get to police the chat if you're up to it. Police the chat, make sure there's no trolls in there. I think you have the power to time them out. You can kick them out. So you're a chat moderator. That's why you have a little wrench next to your name. So that's great. Guys, please like the video if you're watching right now. 21 people watching. I got 7 likes. I need 21 likes. Please like the video. Please like it. Yeah, nothing is better than leftist tears flowing, coming in from all angles. They are so pissed off. Nothing pisses a liberal off more than seeing President Trump hugging a black man and smiling ear to ear. They hate it. They hate it. I love it. I love it because you know what? It's a symbol of unity. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's a symbol of love. It's a symbol of unity. It's a symbol of Americans first. That should be on the front page of New York Times, but it won't be. It's going to be talked about, of course, in a negative light. They won't see it as anything positive. They've already said, oh, Trump's just using him as a prop. Trump's using him as a token. No, Kanye West actually scheduled this meeting. Kanye West talked about wanting to go meet the president. But this, they hate it. They hate it. This is the worst possible thing that could happen to them right before midterm elections is to see Kanye West. Yes, the left is calling him crazy. They're saying everything terrible about him. Oh, he's off his meds. He's triggered. He's been in the hospital before. Yeah, but what he's saying is making sense. He's talking about the Democrat Party. He's talking about liberals trying to bully him. He's talking about how black people don't have to be Democrats. All of that makes sense to me. All that makes sense to me. So I don't know if he's off his meds. I guess I'm off my meds, and then saying stuff like he can't read and this is Negroes not reading. I mean, people are seeing this. People see it. People see it. It's okay. It's fine. But this is the worst possible thing that can happen to them because they look insane. Because all Kanye's message is love. It's not like he's getting up there saying white supremacy or something like that. How is it that the black community is showing Kanye West less love than Trump is showing him? Trump is showing him love, real love and respect. And the reason why they hate that picture today, the reason why they hate Kanye West giving Trump a hug is because it humanizes Trump, right? It humanizes him. It makes him look just like everyone else. Yeah, he shoots from the hip. He says crazy shit, but that's why we voted for him. That's why we want Trump, because Trump is the battering ram against the left. Trump goes against all of that PC culture, all that policing language and policing all of our conversations and saying, oh, you can't see this. If you do, you're an alt-right Nazi sympathizer. If you say that, that means you're white supremacy. If you say monkey this up and there's a black person that's 2 blocks away, if they hear it, that means you're racist. If you're a Republican, you're a rapist. All the R's go together. That's what the Democrats do. They're the conspiracy theorists. They're the ones that connect all this stuff like, oh, that's racist. That's racist. R, racist, Republican. Rapist, racist, Republican. Oh, that's what they do. They come up with all these random conspiracy theories. And then if you disagree, if you're even to the right of Karl Marx, you're the scum of the earth. You're subhuman, and we must expose you for the non-liberal that you are. I've really, the last video I made where I talked about the fallout from the Kavanaugh hearings, and I'm like, where are all the sane liberals at? Where are my classical liberals that can call out some of this leftist antics? The street theater, all the violence and the death threats, and I'm like, where are these liberals at? Because I know they're out there. Maybe they're going to, show up at the polls and make their voices heard. Maybe they're the new silent majority of the left. Maybe they're ones that are walking away, but they're not like putting it out there, making videos and tweeting. Maybe they're just like, all right, I'm done. I'm not voting for this. I'm out. But you know what? They're not. They're not. They're not. I think they're silently cheering on the left. Because if you think about it, the figureheads, the de facto leaders of the Democrat Party, like your Barack Obamas and Hillary Clintons, they are actually doubling down on the support for the left. You guys heard about Hillary Clinton early on in the week, where she declared civil war. She declared civil war. Make no mistake about it. Hillary Clinton said civil war. She said it in so many words, but pretty much incivility is fine. The only way civility can return is once the Democrats take power. It's as if they feel entitled to it. So when Hillary Clinton comes out and says that, and was at one point considered more of a moderate Democrat, she was never like super far left. She wasn't Bernie Sanders, but the fact that the left is taken to the streets and they're kind of the foot soldiers of this whole resistance movement, she's like, well, I can't really, I can't speak out against that because we have midterm elections to win. And I mean, they are intimidating and beating up our opponents. So I'm not going to come out and say, yeah, I support it. But I'm going to say the only way to get rid of it is put us back in power. And then Obama, I don't know if anyone knows about this, but Obama has endorsed all of the socialist candidates. So they've pretty much abandoned classical liberalism for this new radical leftist movement. That's what they're on. They're like, shit, whatever we have to do to get back power, we'll endorse it. We'll endorse the second coming of Fidel Castro if we have to. We do not care. We just want power back. So Obama endorses Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Andrew Gillum and whoever else, whatever other far left candidates are running. He pretty much endorsed them all up and down the board. So the fact that he did that, he endorsed all those candidates instead of trying to bring it back towards the center. The fact that he did that, and Hillary Clinton saying, civility, the only way to be civil is to put us back in power. I mean, I don't know how else you can take that other than they're declaring civil war. And this is where I question myself and I wonder, like, okay, I never considered myself a hardcore right-wing Republican. I was never Democrat and I was never Republican, but I feel like I'm on the side of the Republicans. I side with the freedom and the low taxes and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm still more towards the center because I don't want a civil war. I want unity. I want people from both sides to come together. I want a happier, and I think most of you do too. I feel like most Americans, most people, right? They have good sense and they want civility and they want dialogue. And it's like, we can disagree. It's fine. We're humans. We don't have to agree on everything because if two people agree on everything, then the world only needs one of them. So I understand we need disagreements, but I like civility. I want people to come together and unify. And what makes me feel like that puts me more towards the middle is because there are people on the right responding to Hillary Clinton saying, the only way to return civility is to put us back in power. There are people on the right that are armed. They're ready. They're like those 3%ers, the militias, the people like, we've been planning this for years. We've been doing shooting target drills out in the woods in Georgia for years. You got people like that on the right. See, I'm not there. I'm not on that side. I mean, I'm on their side in the sense of we got to save our country by any means necessary. But if I could wave a magic wand, we would save our country and just come together as a country. Not like if the war the liberals want is the war they're going to get. I'm not on that. See, that to me, that's a little bit too far because it's the opposite end of the spectrum. And see, I can call it out and say, there's an extreme radical left, and that's the problem. But there's also an extreme radical right, and that can be a problem, but it's not the problem right now. See, Dinesh D'Souza talked about how when they try to poke holes in his argument, which they can't really do, about the party switch, and it's like, well, at one point the Republicans were for big government because it took big government to stop slavery, even though slavery was a government program. It took the big federal government to say, no, slavery's wrong, we're going to shut it down. And Dinesh said, yeah, but that was the ship going this way, and we had to throw some weight on this side to balance it out. That's kind of what it's like now. We had to throw some weight on one side because the side of the left is just way too big and it's way too heavy. And so you have to move a bunch of people to the other side of the ship so that we can have a balanced ship and move forward. So that made perfect sense to me when he said that, because I at one point too kind of wonder, like, well, I mean, Republicans they always wanted like small government freedom, but at some point they had to exercise big government, and it made sense to me. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, But back to this Kanye thing, okay? So Kanye West has not said anything negative. He hasn't said anything hateful. He did call out liberals. He called out the Democrats, which I applaud that. I can't stand behind him for the slavery comments, and just he's pretty much like, he shoots from the hip, just like Trump. He just kind of says it like it is, and sometimes it doesn't come out the way it should. And people, it's open to interpretation. It's not very clear. But I mean, look at the way that he's being raked over the coals. Look how people are talking to him. Look at how he's being treated. And the left, they talk about how tolerant and accepting and loving they are, and how, we love everyone. Trump hates everyone, but it's them that can't handle a difference of opinion. They're so bigoted that they're like, any black person that disagrees, we're going to treat them like this. They're a sellout. They don't read books. They're dumb. Actually, we do read books. We read books like Uncle Tom, and we know who Uncle Tom is. We know Thomas Sowell. So, you're the ones not reading books. And I find it really funny that people say the party switched, but how is it that the party switched, but Democrats are so mad when black people are leaving the plantation? Did the party switch? Democrats have always been mad about black people being free. Black people being free. The freedom up here. The freedom up here. Nobody can make you a slave up here. Nobody can make you a slave up here. Nobody. I'm going to post a link in one of my videos. Stefan Molyneux. I don't know if you guys know about Stefan Molyneux, but he made a video a couple years ago. It's called The Story of Your Enslavement. And he talks about it, how humans are not that far off from animals, because animals, bugs, whatever, since the history of creation, they exploit their environment to their benefit, right? So, what's an example? Beavers, they cut down trees, they, chew them up, and they make a dam so they can live in that dam, and that's how they live. Ants, they make little tunnels and have colonies underground. They exploit their environment to their own benefit. Human capital is how humans were exploiting the land as well, killing buffaloes and using their hide and the meat and everything, right? But at one point, man decided to exploit manpower. And they made men into slaves because they're like, man, we can make human beings into slaves, and we can get this work done twice as fast, 3 times as fast. But once man got to the point where he's like, wait a minute, why do I need to be a slave? Because I'm getting paid so much money, I can live comfortably. Why do I need this person like taking half my money? So that's the conflict that we're in now, is because people realize they can do things for their own. They don't need some overlord, some oppressive structure, this power structure above them, telling them what to do and exploiting them for gain. So now we have this, like, I don't know if dichotomy is a word, but we have like this tension where people are pushing back and they want their freedom, but there's people who want to, take over them more. And that's why you're having this political fight, this extreme political fight, because Trump wants extreme limited government, which I don't think is really extreme. That's not even the right way to describe it, because freedom is freedom. And then on the other side, you have people like your Bernie Sanders, like all these, democratic socialists that they want health care for all, and we're going to ban guns and do all of this stuff. It's like the government's going to take care of you. And see, that's the issue. That's really where it's at. That's really the fight that we're up against. That's really what we're going through right now. But the Kanye West thing, man, it pissed me off, where I was like, man, I have to go live, because it happened today. And I knew I was gonna watch it and see the fallout from it, the backlash. But it's been the top trending thing on Twitter, one of the top trending topics on Twitter since it happened. And that was like, what, 6 hours ago that he was up at the White House. So the fact that it's still trending is liberal tears they're just drenching the world right now. And it's great. I love it. But I also really, really hate it, because it's so intolerant. It exposes how bigoted they are. So incredibly bigoted. So yeah, man, that is it. That is it. We got to win in November, guys. We got to win. We're past the voter registration deadline. We have how many days to go? Probably about 20 days. And I know we're all just licking at the chops. We just can't wait. We just can't wait. I can't wait to vote red down the ticket. I just can't wait to vote for I'm circling every single Republican, right wing. I'm circling all of it. I just can't wait to do it. Part of me doing this is because they tell me I can't do it. That's part of the feel good for me. The values line up, yes, right? But there's a lot of, like, me wearing this hat. This is a symbol. This is where I align with Kanye. All right, this is a symbol. This is like the spirit of Harriet Tubman too, because it's a symbol of my freedom. It's a symbol of my free thinking. So when I wear this, and liberals see me out, they see me wearing this, but they don't say anything. But they give me that look, like, they kind of move around, like, hell, it's a black dude over there. So there's so much to uncover there, because it's like, you're really racist as hell because you have expectations of me because of my skin color. And then number two, you're intolerant because you can't handle the fact that I'm just wearing a hat. It's just a freaking hat. And you guys are so up in arms for it. It's just, man, we just got to vote. We just got to vote. We got to vote, because it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good to, have a big red wave and be ready for anything, because, I mean, they've called for more incivility. They're still pissed off about Brett Kavanaugh. They're still pissed about Hillary. They're pissed about Kanye. They're going to be pissed about the midterms. And nobody on the left, it's clear. You guys know now, the Democrat Party is done. We got to stop calling it Democrat Party. We got to call it like the Social Communists of America or something. The Communist Party of America. That's what they are. Whatever it is they are, it's not Democrat anymore. Those days are gone. Those blue dog Democrat days, the John F. Kennedy Democrat, that's gone. The Bill Clinton Democrat, is even as crazy as that was still a little more conservative. That wasn't like free healthcare for all, open borders, $15 minimum wage. Everyone gets oceanfront property. Everyone gets everything free. No one has to work anymore. It's all free. That's why I say, like, the Democrat Party, they are, when I think of them, they're like that business that's about to go under. They're that business that's about to tank, and they're just putting up signs like free shit, free everything in here, because we just need business. So we're just going to give away everything free. We're running every promo out there. We're going to get someone in a costume outside dancing, try to get people in the doors. We just need the traffic. We just need the traffic. So we're going to offer everything free. We'll crunch the numbers later. That's what it is, because it's a sinking ship. That business is about to tank. The business is about to tank because Trump has crushed it. Trump has come in like the battering ram that he is, and he's a demolition man. He took out the Republican Party, so now that's in its rebuilding mode. So now the Democrat Party, they're scrambling because they are done. I mean, they are so done that they had to endorse candidates that are legitimate socialists. They endorsed socialism. That's how desperate they are. When Obama gets on TV and talks about, or not on TV, he was on Twitter, and he gave a list of all the candidates he endorsed, was pretty much all the leftist candidates. At first, he only endorsed like more moderate Democrats because he wanted to appeal to those independents. But then when he saw, like, man, this isn't working, and these far leftists, that's still better than Republicans, so we might as well just vote everything left. So the fact that they had to do that, they had to abandon their true identity of what it was before. That tells you that they're panicking, they're losing, because nobody, you're not going to get even half the country to vote for socialist candidates. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So they figure, well, this is our Hail Mary pass. We got to just heave this up. Aaron Rodgers into the game. We're just going to heave a pass. If we win, we win, but we've already lost. So they're already losing. So if they don't make this Hail Mary, it's over. But the game's already over. So they got to hope that someone catches it in the end zone, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, guys. Especially when you have so many people out there advocating for more violence and accusing people of what they're guilty of. Like your Maxine Waters, I have a list of people here that have either openly called for violence or said it's the other side that's being violent. Maxine Waters pretty much said Trump is the poster boy for the mob because they don't like being called the angry left-wing mob. So Maxine Waters said Trump is the poster boy for the street mob. I'm like, the woman is unhinged. She's unhinged. They need to muzzle her and get her somewhere out. They need to get her out because she is so far gone. They want to say Kanye's off his meds. Maxine Waters is so far off her meds. That woman is so deranged. What is she talking about? Is she not the one that we've seen? How many times have we seen the soundbite where she's like, you could just see the insanity in her eyes. You could see how deranged and unhinged she was. She's like, you get out and create a crowd, push back on those people. They're not welcome. That was you, Max. Max, that was you. Eric Holder, he came out and said, when they go low, you kick them. Like, these are people that have presidential aspirations. I do believe Eric Holder wants to run for president. But for him to come out and say that, Cory Booker did it too. Cory Booker said something about get in their faces. And you guys, this is where I say, like, this is where I feel like I'm more in the middle because I don't want that. I don't want a civil war. Most of you guys, you don't want a civil war because it's not just going to be, oh, we're cornering people and protesting. Steve Scalise almost died. Steve Scalise, whatever. He almost died because he got shot by an angry left-wing activist, protester. He shot Republicans, but that was swept under the rug mostly by the mainstream media. Rand Paul had 6 of his ribs broken, and he had pneumonia. Rand Paul could have died, and he got attacked by his neighbor from behind. What a beta male. You know, they've made threats against people. So at some point, that threat is going to turn into violence. I believe a lot of these mass shooters are Democrat. They're angry. Liberals are always angry. They're always angry. The world is always on fire to them. The world is constantly on fire, and they're always like just complaining about something. Like nothing's ever good. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. You don't ever see a liberal like, you know what? Life is pretty good. Or at least they pretended it was under Obama. But still, even then, they're like, no, we need gender bathrooms, gender neutral bathrooms. I'm like, isn't that just a bathroom? What? Just put a sign that says bathroom and anyone can use it, whether they're an attack helicopter, a man, a woman, a corn dog with mustard on it, whatever it is you want to identify as, fucking go use the bathroom. Jeez, why do you need a specific bathroom? See, it's rooted in insecurity. It's like I need attention. The world's not giving me enough attention. And so I'm going to identify as a Gatorade water bottle with Lipton iced tea in it, and that's my gender, and I need the world to conform to it. I need Facebook to make that a gender. I need a bathroom specifically for my type because we are out here. It's not just me, and I also need some group, and I need some media attention. I'm going to dye my hair green, and I'm going to protest against anyone that disagrees with me. Guess what? You're a conservative. You're a bigot. You're a right-wing Republican, and you hate anyone. You hate everyone. That's what they do. That's what it is. I feel like it's rooted in insecurity. Liberalism is absolutely a mental disorder. It is a mental disorder. It is a disorder. They're just out there watching the TV, seeing what people are doing, seeing what's trending to be pissed off about this week. They're just out, they're just responding to stimuli. They're just getting angry. I'm just angry. Oh my God, I'm just angry about everything. Everything. You know, all the conservatives, they just want to kill black people. They want all the black people to go back to Africa. They hate Mexicans. Donald Trump would kill Mexicans if he could. They're just crazy. I can't stand them. So we're going to go out and we're going to take to the streets. We're going to march and protest. And if anyone disagrees, Hillary said, you know, we can be uncivil until they're back in power. So what that means is we got to beat our opponents into submission. We have to stamp out the dissent. We have to, I guess we got to put on our black shirts. We got to do like they did back in Italy. We got to be fascist. We got to be like the black shirts. That's what people are doing. And it's like there's absolutely no common sense. They abandon all logic and reason. All critical thinking just goes out the window when you are exposed to liberalism. I mean, I've been there. I never took to the streets and march and protest, but that year, that summer, when there was like back-to-back black men getting shot by the cops, and I didn't know CNN was fake news. This was during the 2016 election, but like early on, you know, I was watching the TV and I was thinking like, man, it's really is open season on black men. Like, this is kind of crazy. I got my feelings. I was really upset. I was really, really upset. And then I started learning the facts about the cases, and I started seeing statistics about black men being shot. And I'm like, wait a minute, but they're making it seem like the sky is falling on CNN. Like, they're really selling this. They hard sold me on something that's not even true. And they're using emotions. They're hijacking my emotions. And then it was at that point where I started seeing the dirty tricks of the Democrat Party and how the media is just a propaganda arm for them. You know, and now I see, fast forward 2 years later, you know, I've gained so much knowledge. I've done so much research, and I decided nobody's going to think for me or decide how I need to feel about something. I'm going to take it and I'm going to look at the data and I'm going to make a decision for myself. And I see what's happening, and I see how they've taken to the streets, and they have these foot soldiers out here trying to literally stamp out their dissent, because that's the only way they think that they can win, is by screaming and beating you into submission. And I'm here to say, no, you're not going to do that. And I'm going to wear this Trump hat loud and proud because I support this president. And I think for myself, and I like what he's doing. And oh, by the way, you don't get to tell me what to think, do, and feel. I don't care what. You could call me every name under the sun. You can make up names. You can call me the old names of the past. You can call me everything, but it's just going to roll off me like water off of a duck. It doesn't matter to me. That's what happens when you think for yourself. You don't seek approval. You just walk out bold and confident. I don't care what you think, you know, and, you know, it's, I guess, man, I gotta log off, guys, because I will just keep going. And I got to be respectful of you guys' time. I got 54 people watching. This is a blessing to have so many subscribers. You know, I didn't really think I would even, I was hoping I would get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I started my channel in April, right? And I thought, like, because it was growing pretty slowly, it took like, I'd say a month or so before I hit 100 subs. I'm like, all right, so if it took me a month to get 100 subs and there's like this many months in the year, maybe I'll hit 1,000 by the end of the year. Boom. And then now, man, I'm pushing 7,000 subs. So, man, I couldn't do it without you guys liking and sharing and giving me comments. And thank you, everyone, for the super chats. And thank you, everyone that is donated to the channel. Thank you so much for the patrons out there, people who've donated to my PayPal. Thank you guys so much, because you don't know what it does for this movement, this very real movement of people who are connecting from all walks of life, people who are fed up with the way that the country has gone for the past 8 years, people that want to wake others up, people that want to connect and get the truth out and expose the lies. This is what we're doing. So like the donations I get, that's going to go directly towards something that I'm planning in Washington, D.C. when I go up there in a couple of weeks. So you guys will have to stay tuned, because, you know, I'll be live streaming and doing all kind of stuff. And I'm going to be connecting with everybody up there, man. Like, there's a chance. I guess it's kind of the cat's out of the bag. You know, I posted it earlier, but the Young Black Leadership Summit is actually going to be going to the White House. So, I mean, that's great news. So, I mean, yes, he is going to be there. For those of you wondering, yes, he will be there, and he will be speaking to us. So I mean, there's a chance that I might be, Snapchatting or no, taking a picture or something with the president. But there's going to be a lot of um, prominent black conservatives, young black leaders there, and non-black leaders there too. Because I mean, the Walk Away campaign is going to be there. So the Walk Away March, I guess, is happening there. So Uber Guy will be there. Brandon Tatum, Anthony Brian Logan, Kevin's Corner, I believe Kevin's Corner. David Harris Jr. will be there. Hopefully Hotep Jesus will be there. Hopefully Uncle Hotep too. That'd be sweet. I don't know. Man, so many. Hopefully we can get Jericho Green there. Axe Truth. Like, I hope you guys are subscribed to these channels. These are not all. These are big channels that I just named, but you should definitely be subscribed to them if you're subscribed to me, because a lot of those guys, I think they're a lot better at just unfiltered truth. I still have a little bit of a filter on me. I don't take it all the way off, mostly because I don't want to get channel strikes. But check out Jericho Green, man. He goes off. That dude, he speaks so much truth. Axe Truth as well. If you guys don't know about Axe Truth, it's a guy that wears he has like a nose. He has like a little shtick. He wears glasses. He has the Trump hat. He's usually in his car. He's great. Who else? There's another one I forget. Justin Wilson. He's great. His channel's good. Man, a lot of these people are going to be in DC for the Young Black Leadership Summit, but bringing that back to the donations and stuff, I want to do some live streams out there. I want to do some man on the street type things, and donations go directly towards that. And I believe the super chats, I can put in an organization to have 10% of the super chat money go directly towards. So I'm going to make that a Fund the Wall campaign. So 10% of the super chat money that I get goes directly towards the Fund the Wall, because that's really what we're trying to do, man, is that without a border, we don't have a country. That's what Trump said. Without a border, we have no country. So, yeah. Guys, I have to go to bed because I have to work tomorrow. And it's already 10 o'clock. And yes, I survived that hurricane. If you saw that little 3-minute live stream I did yesterday, it sounded a lot more intense than it was. It really wasn't that intense. We got I want to say peak winds were maybe 20 to 25 miles per hour. Maybe we had like 30-mile-per-hour gusts here and there, but that's nothing. We barely got any rain. The storm was well offshore. It's over 100 miles to the west of Tampa Bay. And I mean, it hit the extreme northern part of the state. It hit the panhandle of the state, and then it went up into Georgia from there. So we didn't have any damage in our area. Maybe a few downed trees, but nothing more. It was fun to make that little stream because, I just moved to Florida and I'm like, man, I got to go check out the ocean. I want to see some of these waves crashing. I'll see what it's like. It wasn't really that intense, but I had to live stream that. But I'm good, guys. Anyways, thank you for the super chat, Jennifer Glenn. Thank you for all that you do. No, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. It's patriots like you that support the channel, that help the channel grow. You've shared my videos. You guys have commented. For those of you guys that have more to say, it's hard for me to respond to all the comments under each video. You can just shoot me an email because I get the emails and I can see your name, and it's much easier for me to respond back to you via email. So if you want the email, I'll put it in the description. But just email MikeNificent813@gmail.com if there's something you want to say, or send me a link to an article or whatever else. That's the best way to reach me, is through my email. So, Annie D, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. I'm going to figure out how to get the Fund the Wall. I think I have to go into my channel settings and put in an organization or put in a charity. I think they let you put in a charity, or you can put in like a custom one, because they have a list of charities that they work with. So I wanted to go directly towards funding the wall. So fundthewall.org, that's what a lot of us who have been connecting are trying to direct people towards. So Conservative Mexican has talked about it. Truth or Talk has talked about it. I think Uber Guy has talked about it as well. But we are so pumped, guys. We are so pumped. Do not lose hope. Do not lose faith. We are going to win in November. I feel it. I sense it. There's not a chance that the Dems are going to. I mean, we're gonna have to give some ground. It's gonna happen. They're gonna win some seats because, from what I heard, there's a lot of, I don't know if it's a lot, but I think it's at least 6 or 7 maybe Republicans that have been in their seats for a long time, and they are in like states like Delaware and New Jersey, and those are liberal strongholds. So those are guaranteed to flip Democrat. It's not likely that a Republican is going to retake over those seats. But the thing is, we can't let them get the majority. That's what it boils down to. They cannot get the majority in the House. I think we'll hold on to the Senate. I feel confident about the Senate. I actually feel confident we're going to gain seats in the House. So even if they gain seats in the House, so do we. You know, I think it will balance out. But no matter what, I'm not concerned about a blue wave. So it may not be a big red tsunami like I want it to be, but I don't think it's going to be a blue wave. I don't see a House majority. I don't see it. It's not going to happen. Not after what just happened with Kavanaugh. Not after with how they've shown their hand. They've shown how desperate they are, how they have a bloodlust for power. And everybody who's anybody with two eyes in their head, everybody can see that. Nobody wants to vote for them. They're too unhinged. They can't govern us. I don't want to be governed by liberals. I don't want to be governed by anybody at the end of the day. But first, we got to clean house. We got to get these deep state corrupt politicians out of there, and then we'll be good. We'll be good, and then we'll get ourselves a nice principled Ron Paul style libertarian president, you know, to get us out of wars and keep like that would be great. But we're a ways from that. So like we got to get to 2024 first. Once we get to 2024, then we can start talking about a libertarian president. I think it can happen, guys. I think it can. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get off here. I just had to rant about the Kanye West thing because, you know, it's so important for our country. This was great. The liberals hate it. If you guys want, they hate that shit. They hate it so bad. Find the picture of Trump, and I put it on my Instagram, and I put it on Facebook. Find that picture and put it on your Instagrams, put it on your Facebook. Show it to liberals because it will make their heads explode. They hate it. They hate it. No matter what they say about Kanye West, they hate the fact that he humanizes the president and he has so much pull and he's a celebrity and he's got all this. Who cares about what really comes out of his mouth? We're not endorsing Kanye because he's some political icon. We're endorsing him because he has sense. He has more sense than all his friends in Hollywood that are just on this Trump hate train. Kanye went to he went to visit the president. He talked about getting something done, which all these NFL kneelers and everyone else is like, Trump is racist. He doesn't care about black people. Take your ass up to the White House and go see him and get something done then. That's not how life works like that. You have to work with people who disagree with you. Go talk to Trump. Kanye did it, right? So, and he humanized him, giving him a hug. You know, like, hey, Trump, you're a human being, and I'm going to show the world that you're a human being by giving you a hug. And Trump smiled, and there was a great picture, and liberals hate it. They hate it, so they're just trying to deflect. So that's what we need. We need liberals to stay unhinged up until midterms. Let them, because all it's doing is just showing the people who are in the center that are not towing that line. It's just showing them more and more and more. It doesn't make sense to be on that side. You know, it doesn't make sense. And if you happen to be a moderate and you're watching this and you're not sure, you're still not sold on voting Republican or, you know, voting against the left, go find a video of Trump supporters attacking and insulting and blocking traffic like those crazy leftists in Portland. How come there's no videos at all of conservatives doing that? I've not seen one video of a mob of conservatives or right-wingers going to attack liberals with signs. Not even when Obama was president. All that happened was the Tea Party form. That was it, Tea Party. And that was a peaceful protest. They just did their thing. They just organized. The Tea Party organized. The left, they are out there with their street theater and their foot soldiers. Like I said, they are literally on some Mussolini black shirt type shit right now. But you're not seeing that from the right. So decide which side you want to be on. Do you want to be on the side of sanity or on the side of lunacy? Do you want low taxes or high taxes? Do you want the United States of America or do you want Venezuela? What do you want? I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. It's not like, oh, both. There's no overlap. There's no overlap with who you can vote for and who you should vote for. There's no overlap. It's either you love America or you're on the side that wants to destroy America. Antifa has said, what they have the hammer and sickle flags when they're in the streets. Look at Antifa. They have hammer and sickle flags. They want to bring about a communist revolution, and they want it worldwide. This is known information. Are you on that side? Are you on the side of Antifa? Because there's no more separating liberals and leftists. It's all one thing because the liberals have not come out and said anything. So are you on that side or are you on the side of sanity, low taxes, sovereignty, sovereign nation, you know, holding up the American flag, not burning it? Are you on the side that's violent or are you on the side that's civil? You don't have to necessarily agree with everything on the side that's civil, but do you at least want to be on the side of civility? Because it really is pick a side. That's what it is. You got to pick the side. It is what it is. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chatters. I will catch you guys in the next video.